here today, not really for a negative confession, but I am going to share a story because we get into the time where people don't know which way to go. And I have a pretty much easy solution to understand which and where you want to go if you want to deal with religion. But this is basically a street and religious story, okay? This is back in about the early 1990s when I think either Straight checking them or Music drive-by albums out. This is in between it, but I was dealing with the club scene too. I had worked my way to the #1 DJ spot in LA through Impact Record Pool, okay? That was a record pool spot that everybody who made a record had to go there to do autograph signings and you know, one of the hot spots they did when they was on promo tour out here. And it was a mailbox for DJs. They only had, how many slots? Was it 75 slots? And I think you paid $100 to $125 a month. And you got whatever record came out. We're talking about vinyl wax, okay? Whatever remix, you had remixes nobody can get. Only the radio stations and you as a DJ. So, I started off at number 75, and I worked my way up to number 5. And the only thing that was above number 5 were the 4 employees who owned and worked at the place, okay? And I held that box for like 2 years, okay? Then they, you know, because it came on your popularity. So I was DJing this club called Paradise 24, and this room was called the Circus Room. That was the original room in the back. It was the front room was called the Arena, and they used that room in the movie Austin Powers and Goldmember, where Goldmember was on the skates and Beyonce was on the stage singing and all that. That was the Arena. Well, anyway, the night I was DJing was 21 and over. That was a Thursday night, and this club was on Santa Monica and Vine. And then Monday nights I was doing hip hop. It was called hip hop, or it was a hip hop night anyway. College Mondays and stuff like that. That was with Diamond Productions. But Thursday night was strictly the club. And this one Thursday, I decided to dress up. I always dress like this: hats, T-shirts, big jackets with my name, DJ Mike T, embroidered on it, and my little dicky pants, you know what I'm saying, creased up, and my house shoes, corduroy house shoes, or, you know what I'm saying, I would dress like super thug, you know, because that was the CMW look back then. I was trying never to get away from that look so people would have a reason to discredit me about not being 100% real to myself. But I was a businessman at the same point. I had a regular 9-to-5 job back then too, and I had to wear green dicky suits to work every day, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of overlapped within each other. So what I bought there, I could wear, you know, sometimes I don't have to wear green. I could wear tan or brown or blue or whatever to work, you know what I'm saying? So as long as it was neat and it was clean with my tool belt. Okay, so anyway, this Thursday night, I dressed up, all the employees up in there, the promoters and everybody, the owners, and they was like, oh, wow, Mike, you dressed up, man. Everybody's a rare occasion. Look, DJ Mike, you changing. Oh, you're going to be a full-time. Because all they wanted for me was to dress up and be a flashy DJ. Because I remember a guy that I looked up to, his name was DJ General Lee. And anybody my age, I'm 50 now, knew General Lee, Leon, he wasn't the best scratcher. But he will rock the fuck out your party. I don't care what nobody talk. Even before I became Mike T of CMW, I mean, before I became Mike T, a good DJ, Leon was controlling the streets. Okay? And he was a heavy-set dude, but he knew music backwards and forwards, okay? And then the same people in this club that I was DJing at, they all kind of mentored, because I started when I was under 21. You had to be 21 to work, and I think I started when I was like 19. So I was kind of like getting paid what they was getting paid, but I couldn't stand out. I had to go from one DJ room to the other DJ room. I had to stay in there all night. You know what I'm saying? That was but I always knew this club was kind of my ticket to being in another circuit besides being with the, you know, I wasn't a K&A Mixmaster. I was with DJ Slip with the sound control. We had the music rental business. So all the Mixmasters, Joe Cooley, all of them, Aladdin, all of them had to come to us, Bobcat, Pooh, for rentals. You know what I'm saying? So we controlled a part of LA, but you know, I had to do my own thing too to build my own character. So I couldn't ride pine behind Slip the whole time. So I became the #1 DJ in LA, okay, on that scene. So anyway, at this club we had General Lee, you had Sidney Thompson, you had Chris the Glove. That was my boy right there. Me and Chris, DJ Gus too. Me and Gus would talk hip hop all night. Leon would come in, him and Fred Lowe, and they would just control the crowd. And I would go people, you know, that was more talent as far as scratching and doing certain tricks, but in this club they had this mixer called a Bozak. It always made me think of EPMD get the Bozak, but this mixer was a double knob, 1, 2, 0, 100%, and the other channel 0, 100% for both turntables. So you couldn't scratch, but I figured out how to triple thread on that motherfucker cut, then that transform on there, and then when I started doing it, Chris the Glove came in and said, he told me, he said, man, I heard you up in there tearing that shit up like you had a crossfader. He said, Mike, he started coming early and practicing. I came in. Chris was triple threat. He was transforming. And then Leon was like, well, fuck that, Mike. You can't do this stuff. So Leon started doing this shit. So I had made all the DJs step up a level because all you were supposed to do was go in there and blend records, okay? And we were all part of what was called Impact Record Pool. And the only thing above Impact Record Pool is when the record labels directly send you records. When you get there, then you know you the best, okay? So, anyway, this one night I decided to dress up, so everybody's oohing and awing. You know, I went on and had a good night, you know what I'm saying? And everybody telling me, you know, because Leon had always told me that you will make more money if you dressed up and stop dressing as thug stuff. But I never would tell people why. I always told them at first, I'm going to tell y'all why one day I dressed like this. And it was behind, finally told her, all of them, sat them all down years later, maybe 2 or 3 years later. And I said, because I'm signed to Epic Records, and this is one of the, I said, how would you feel if you see Michael Jackson in a blonde wig, singing, you know what I'm saying, acting country western or some goofy ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, and then I said that wouldn't be right. So I said, so I stuck to my ground roots as far as being the largest label I was signed to, which was Epic Records, okay? I had an independent artist contract with them. And that gave me liability to do what I wanted to do as an artist. I can go or don't go. 8 had to go. When they said promo tour, per diem, 8, plane, get there. He had to take all suggestions, notes, and everything, and they argued. Man, I can tell you stories about that too. I had to stop practicing my contract and come back on the road to calm 8 and the freaking executives down. And they was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I was kind of the mediator with that, but that's a whole nother topic. So after the club was over, I walked out. I had on a light gray silk suit, and I had on these alligator skin with rabbit fur black shoes, right? I had my hair cut at the barber. I used to cut my own hair, but I had my hair cut, you know, the barber lined up real nice and neat. You know what I'm saying? And I looked real nice. I had on a nice little watch and chain and stuff, you know, and I went on out, you know, walked out the club on Santa Monica Boulevard, right off Vine, and went to this little hot dog place, hot dog cart out there. And the dude, you know, was making my hot dog, and it was 2 Crips standing out there. So back then, the Crips weren't accepted everywhere. They would go, but they couldn't get in. Okay, so they would have to stand outside, and they wanted to start riffraff. They would do that. If not, they would try to holler at the girls. Some women were attracted to thug niggas because they knew they could talk as much shit as they wanted to talk to certain people and get the fuck away with it, okay? They had backup, okay? It was always that balance of life. It never was like, you know, but the community itself, you know what I'm saying, will shut you down. But now it's totally different, you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop and revised new strategy lines, and, you know, people are a little bit more tolerable as long as you keep a certain imagery about your thugism. You see what I'm saying? Represent yourself in a more mannerly way. But back then it was like L.A. was the murder capital. It was all the drugs was coming through Los Angeles, and it was hundreds of murders per week. You know, it was kind of how Chicago, you know, starts off every year. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a complete Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and it was just murder. So anyway, these guys came up there, but their mentalities was different. They was thugged out. Now, don't get me wrong. They blue Dickies, blue corduroy. They didn't have house shoes on there. They had on like Nikes and Chuck Taylors, you know what I'm saying? Fat laces, you know what I'm saying? Blue rags in their pocket, sweatshirts on, baseball caps, you know what I'm saying? Bomb little jacket. They was neat though. Don't get me wrong. You can tell they was making some money, but they didn't let the tongue overwhelm what they was. They didn't let the dress represent them, but they was looking for women, right? So I walked out, asked the guy on the cart how many hot dogs he had left, and he told me. And this little young dude, well, he wasn't young. He looked young to me because he was a little dude. He was probably about 5'5", weighed about $130. Back then, I was the same height I am now, but I weighed about $145, $150 wet. He walks out, he see them, his whole attitude changed. It go from tight on his head to, what's up, man? What's up, cuz? Hey, I didn't know y'all was up here. And they looking at him like, nigga, you know, this is really, you can look through the conversation. They like, yeah, But, hey, dude, how many girls up here? Some nice girls up here? He like, oh, yeah, they in there. When they come out, they be out in a few minutes. But he over there trying to act like he hard, right? I don't know who he was showing. He was showing out for them or me or some shit. I don't know. But the 2 Crip dudes had walked inside the gate towards the club because the club was in the back. So they start walking through the little parking lot. And he's still trying to talk. They just ignored his ass. So he felt some type of way and turned around and looked at me and said, what's up, cuz? Mind you, I'm Inglewood, nigga, right? I'm with the business. But this night I decided to let another profile show. And I decided, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to say shit. But my little brain clicked in, right? I said, tonight's 21 and over Thursday R&B night. I said, this motherfucker, if he like going to the club, be 21, he gonna be here on Monday night. So I swallowed my little pride that night along with the little hot dog or hot link. I think it was a hot link I had. And went to get my money. They knew I was mad about something. They didn't know what it was. They always knew when I was mad, but I was, I'm a Pisces. I don't show my emotions 100% of my fault when I'm mad. I just keep it to myself, and my wheels start working. So I get in my car, I go home, I go to sleep for a few hours, I get up, I go to work. Then it's Saturday, it's Sunday, because work was Friday, then it's Saturday, and it's Sunday. I'm back at the club on Monday for hip hop night. Now, this is 18 over college Mondays. There was a sort of a dress code, but it was up to the promoter if he wanted to let you in or not, right? So I DJ'd that night. I was drinking gin and sake. That was a drink back in like 91, 92. Remember King T Act the Fool? Everybody was on it. That was my club drink. So I drank that. And at the end of the club, I was talking to my homeboy Chaos. And Chaos was a Crip. But that was my road dog, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mind where you was from as long as your mentality was right. Chaos was a producer, a dancer. He was a rapper, you know what I'm saying? His name was Chaos Broad. That was my homeboy, you know what I'm saying, since he was a youngins, you know what I'm saying? But Chaos knew everybody. That's why I used to like Chaos. He can go with me to a club, he'd section off with some niggas I ain't never seen before and knew them niggas from, and you won't see him. Some people you go where they like a shadow on you. You try to go in the DJ booth, they in the DJ booth. You're like, dude, you can't be up here. You got to go down there on the floor. Well, I don't know nobody. So I stopped taking people to clubs with me because they didn't know how to function. But Chaos, I can go and walk in the door. I won't see him till after the club, but I got to go look for this nigga so we can go home and shit. That's why I like Chaos. And he knew how to produce, rap, DJ, dance, write movies, plays, do art. The dude was a one-man band. How I was. He was better. He had more job employment mentally than I did. But I was my own one-man army too. So anyway, after the club over, I'm full off this liquor. I go sit down. I had a low-rider truck that used to take all my equipment in. So I sat down in my truck. I got my pistol. And I walked right on Santa Monica Boulevard. Everybody can look in my eyes when I'm mad. But they couldn't figure out what to wear because I'm not really a mouthy person. So people kept saying, girls were saying, why you mad? Why you looking like that, man? You know what? You need to put a smile on your face more. You always look like you upset. But I was always in there fighting a lot, because a lot of disrespect. But anyway, that night, this one night, he never asked me about myself, but this one night he had it, and it's hard to tell me, man, chill the fuck out, man. People starting to talk about you, and you get upset, you be doing some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I was very disruptive, very loud. I was very quick to fight and slap the shit out of somebody. And I had no backup. He was like my only backup. He ain't gonna help me fight because I'm older than him. So if I pick my fight, I'm gonna have to pick my battles. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I had a hunch that this dude was coming out. I don't know. I just felt it. I just knew it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in coincidence, but if I was a stock market person, which I did stock markets in high school, I got an A on that. I was the only person, one or two people that got an A in the class on that. And I always used to look at the newspaper ever since then. And, I did with that one. What's this stuff now? Bitcoin. I, made my money off that. But, he trying to talk me out of a couple of people, like 3 or 4 girls trying to talk me out of it. And lo and behold, here comes dude. I could not, man, I was so overwhelmed and happy. I actually put a smile on them. They thought I was smiling at them, but I'm smiling because this motherfucker walking up the street. So he get right in front of me, and he thinking that when I start smiling, they start smiling. Say, oh, he happy. He thinking it's about him. So he walking to the pack, and I just pull a pistol out of him. And I always tell you, don't pull a pistol on it, don't use it. But I had it on him, and I said, dude, you remember me? He said, nah. I said, remember Thursday? We was at the hot dog truck, little hot dog truck down there. And I said, you start sweating me, talking about what's up, cuz, where I'm from. I said, I'm dressed up, you dressed up. But you want to act like you super Crip. I said, what's up with you now, homeboy? But I never told, every time I did this, I never really told people where I was from unless I was really mad. Then I banged on you. But I'm like, I did tell him I was from Inglewood, though. I said, dude, I'm going to let you know something. I'm from Inglewood, homie. I said, we don't play that bullshit, nigga. I said, now check it out. I said, you got any homeboys? He said, yeah, they across the street. I said, well, you know what? I ain't gonna tell you though. He was about to wave to him. I said, don't move your motherfucking hand. I was still talking to him. I said, you know what? That's highly fucked up what you did. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a piece of my mind, and I said, as a matter of fact, I said, my homeboy right here Crip too, man. But you know what I'm saying? He like, Mike, man, chill, man. I'm like, man, fuck this nigga. Man, this little freaking Mexican girl walked by and dropped to her fucking knees and started praying. Now, mind you, this is about 2:15 in the morning on Santa Monica Boulevard, in the height of the gangster era, the dope era, all that shit. It was so much crack being smoked on the streets. And this neighborhood where it was at, it was all homosexuals. It was men in dresses and drag and all type of shit. It was all type of weird stuff going on in Hollywood. Kidnappings and rapes and shit. But she stopped, and my first thing in my mind said, fuck this bitch. First thing that came out of my mind, I said, fuck this weak ass bitch. I said, nigga, I said, I'm gonna count to 3, you just start running. I was ready to start shooting, right? I didn't care if nobody told. All I remember, I just knew I had to go to work. I wasn't in a blackout, I was just mad. I said, I'm just gonna go to work in the morning, and the police come to my house, I'll just, whatever they give me is what I really give me, but I'm gonna get this motherfucker right here. And something overwhelmed me. And I couldn't pull the trigger. I said, man, this your lucky motherfucking day. I just looked at the sky and said, how the heck did God do that? God can reach from the high and hit the lowest. It didn't hit me. It hit her. Then it hit me. Because my mind said, the bitch, I said, just get up and get out of here. You don't want to see what's going on? I told her, get up and get out of here. I said, it's between me and this dude. She started praying loud. I was like, damn. What the heck going on? My mind, it went into reasoning. It was like, dude, you in front of everybody. You don't know if they're going to tell. But I didn't mind it. Not say I didn't mind, but I didn't care if they told. I was like, if I get caught for it, I'm just going to get caught for it. But I'm going to get one of these motherfuckers back who won't tell because they're going to come to court. I'm going to figure out who the fuck they are. I'm going to get back at there. That's how my mind worked. All I could do was help the young lady. I told him to leave. He took off running. Now in the back of my head, now I pulled a gun out and used it. This motherfucker hit me back. But I said, I had shook him up so hard that he was still trying to apologize. I just told him, man, just get the fuck out of my face. I don't know if I hit him or not, though. I don't know if I did. I know I had to do something, though. But can't remember. I was just still that mad. I apologized to the young lady that was on there. I apologized to everybody out there. I apologized to Chaos. I said, look, I'm sorry. They said, damn, Mike, what happened? They said, your eyes changed. I said, what was she just doing? They said, praying. I said, who you think intervened? They said, all you can hear was thank you. They started saying prayers. I said, look, that's enough of that right now. I explained to her, I said, check it out. God worked through you. I said, but you're not right either. I said, it's 2-something in the morning. What was you doing out here? Where's you going? I could tell you starting to smoke. And all I can say, I wasn't mad at God for doing what he was doing, but it made me realize how I learned what my parents, what the moral of the story was, okay? I still wasn't on the moral of the story. It was like, okay, you got me today. I said, but ain't no telling if you don't get me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be looking for all these signs because if you disrespect me, that's the way it was. Survival was first. Now I outgrew all this. You see what I'm saying? I outgrew that adolescent anger. You know, I was a very intelligent person, went to college and, scored high on all these tests and scored high on my job on all these tests. It was still a form of respect. And see, that and high testosterone and old English and soccer and all that plays a factor in your mind. And then you being signed to a record company, you got a full-time job, you the hottest DJ on it. All this takes account. The count really now me being older, this 30 years later, or, about 29, 30 years later, is longevity. It ain't how to spend the money. It ain't how to win the, now it's a whole new system, so I can't really speak on my ways versus the system ways. You see what I'm saying? You got to do you. But you have to be entertaining. You see what I'm saying? You got to hold the audience. You have to hold a crowd. Me that night, I even had to ask her, like, what made you not walk away and just save yourself? She was like, I don't know. Something made me. I said, whatever it was, it got everybody. And she just kind of smiled. I said, I'm going to tell you again, I'm sorry. But I said, the next time I may not be. A lot of things happen after that. You see what I'm saying? But that one night, but I guess it was kind of like, well, he does understand this, as I understood once. First, he was like, I didn't have to pay attention to that, but it overwhelmed everybody to where even they started saying, thank you. And people looking at the street like, what happened? Why they praying out loud? And it was like, all I did was like this, goddamn. Not mad at God. I couldn't get mad. I just thought about some shit, you know what I'm saying? But it was a very real thought that actually happened, you know what I'm saying? It was like I actually thought the future, and I kind of predicted it. And I didn't say right or wrong. I just said that's what's going to happen. I just went on about my ways. But I just wanted to share that story. Like, don't get too mad about, it came from the European mind and the Bible is this and the Bible. Where did they learn it from? Everything white man has done to the black man as far as slavery, they learned it from the black man putting them in slavery. Okay? So everything comes from somewhere. What it is they retaught it back to us to look like it's them. The old switcheroo, the extremist point of view. Remember, it came from somewhere. All comes from this race. You have albino in between you. You have different mixes and stuff like that. And it don't come down to this, that's culturally. But just remember, it came from us doing what we did to them. And inadvertently, we did it one too many times. And then cosmic law got us. And we had to go through slavery to feel what they feel because we were our people, the Egyptians and the Moors and a lot of other people, they don't put about these history books went over there was fucking the crap out the white folks over there and our own people. You see what I'm saying? So nowadays, we don't have to be as much savage unless your area is savage. You see what I'm saying? You have to pretty much adapt and overcome yourself to be the smart element to get out of there. If not, you would be another piece of furniture. That's why I refused to be, no matter what I did, I refused to be furniture in my hood. I did the music, and I went and sat down because the hood is where it's good. You know what I'm saying? You build your respect. But that can wear out too. So if you talk too much, you overwhelm people too much, you know, you have to, and then you have to get up and grow. You know what I'm saying? Let the next generation come in. Like I said, the game don't change, just the name, which means stuff that's here will be here. But there's a whole nother generation flowing into it. It's like rapping, everything, business, everything. The game doesn't change, just the name. So you have to move on where you have to go. Okay, don't too much try to be super experimental, because this internet stuff is pretty much experimental. Or when you can break a wave. You see what I'm saying? So don't break yourself trying to break a wave and end up getting booed out of here being stupid. You see what I'm saying? So do you respect that's out there, the knowledge? I don't care if it's Christianity. I don't care if it's Islam. I don't care what it is. For a higher power, look for a more positive higher power. But balance yourself to stay ready, because, like I said, the waves change. And the power is not all good, all bad. It's just what the power is. And man is, like I said, man is not a robot. Man is programming robots. And even robots can blow a fuse. You see what I'm saying? So man is never going to be right. And nothing we do is ever going to be right, okay? But you can make better choices, because the more better choices you make, the more relaxed you become. You see what I'm saying? And the more you won't attract the negativity towards you, because negative attracts negative for some odd reason as far as it comes to karma. And then whatever you become, you have to swallow it and then go do it. So when people always say speaking stuff into existence, action speaks louder than words. If you don't have it, it's not going to come because you spoke it into existence. But you can't stay prayed up. That's what you can do. And you don't always have to accept other people's prayers, but don't outright look like anything's owed you because you breathe in some air you didn't make. Because it's going to recycle itself without you, okay? So that's the first part about spirituality. And then you have to balance what you do. You know what I'm saying? Your eating habits, your water intake, you know what I'm saying? Balance it. You have to find out what your body like and what your body doesn't like. And if it like it, it's not going to like it forever. Like I said, if you like French fries, you just can't keep eating French fries because your body will do something real fucked up because you just keep eating French fries. It's for real. It's the weirdest thing on earth. And the best thing to you, sometimes the worst thing for you. The best thing to a person's tongue is sugar. That's the worst things for a man's body. That shit is worse than salt. Okay? But I'm just letting you know about certain things. It's weird. That's what I mean. Just balance yourself. Learn yourself. You're here to learn yourself. I ain't talking about masturbation and all that. That's on you, okay? And the homosexuality, you know, you can't procreate that way. Man, woman, it or it. Okay, you can't procreate that way. We're put here to procreate. I'm not the cosmic law, but it does work, okay? Be safe than sorry. That don't mean you weak to be smarter than the next motherfucker about making decisions for yourself. Because it's all come back to longevity. It's not a race thing. It's a you thing, okay? Because the place is going to balance itself with or without you. All right, so get ahead of the business. Like I said, if you want to be a testing person and you want to make this fast money, the days of chance is getting slimmer to none, because now you're fighting against the nerves. So you have to have the knowledge. In order to be above the law, you have to have the knowledge of the law. To be above the law, then you can do past that. But if you don't have that, you just running out talking about, well, I was born in this. That's not an excuse. That's the thing about human beings. We always give ourselves an illegitimate excuse of acceptance, and it always backfires. It don't matter what it is, it always backfires. I don't care how greater than thou you're trying to be. Our acceptance speech is never the acceptance speech of next, because next you don't own. You're trying to live through it, to try to survive. I don't care how prepared man is with their brain. Which man is going to do what they're going to do? We're stewards of the planet. So how far is the stewardry trying to be? Okay? So that's what I come up with, all right? So if you're going to ponder into this music, entertain. Nobody wants to. If you want to tell your story about your gang life, write a book. Don't always think music needs to hear you over a beat to sound like you just that official to get on stage. Write a book, take that tour. Do the other routes. There's other routes around here. You got ebooks now. You got regular books. You got bookbaby.com. There's all type of outlets. You know what I'm saying? Make shirts. You know what I'm saying? My thing now is graffiti artists, hip-hop graffiti artists, taggers. If you could do graffiti, man, get an online website. Just start sharing the shit on YouTube. Throw your artwork up with music on YouTube, your homeboys' music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can figure something out. YouTube ain't paying nothing, but at least you can get it on there. Start submitting stuff. It's easier now to get business by. You see, I got a t-shirt line, Blunts blunts and cognac clothing. You know what I'm saying? I got my Christmas edition out right now, my Xmas edition, and whatever you want to call it. And after that, I'm going to shut down for a minute. I may come back with something else. I'm not too sure, okay? But like, entrepreneurship is now. You see what I'm saying? It's easier. It don't matter what city you're from. This stuff is connecting you with the world. And it was nerds who made it. Nerds! The gang member didn't make this. The gang member didn't invest in this. They can now. Nerds run the show.